Hello.
Hello, hello.
7:30, correct?
I think so. You're actually a minute late.
All right. Let's see here.
50, 54,
54.
54.
Okay, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. So you can start. Oh,
Can't start without Ernie.
mm. One thing I didn't understand yesterday, if he falls forward, he has to pay damages. If he falls backward, either way, he can kill himself or he can
Right.
kill. I don't understand that part.
I think
Did,
one is more accidental, where there's
is that comparing to the thing with the axe that he goes like this
oh
and kills
oh
them?
oh, I don't know, maybe.
Maybe, no?
Yeah, it's a good question. Maybe. Yeah, that's not part of the it's not outside of the regular practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I know is I covered up all my holes today.
What?
I covered up all my holes. I have
Why?
no because I don't want any ox to fall in them.
The boards. The boards. You cover your boards.
Yeah.
So
You know,
how
I wonder if the city of Los Angeles is liable for people tripping on the sidewalks.
no, you're
Similar.
not. You are.
Now, why is that?
I don't know. I asked once in one of our properties, it was like this. I said, look, we asked for the city to come to fix, and they just filled it up with black tar.
Right.
It's still, so I said, I want to break it down and put, no, you can't. You have to get a permit.
Really?
Then the tree engineer has to go there and see there are
Right.
eight
You have a
trees.
whole tree people. Yeah.
I said, but so that means that the city is responsible if somebody falls in front of my property? No, you are. I
So it's a
said,
catch 22. How do you solve the problem?
this is worse than a catch 22.
It's a catch 23.
Yeah, the guy said, well, that's the way it is.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, now I when I walk, I have to look down everywhere.
Me
It's
too.
terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember Peter a few years ago, he fell and he on second between Formosa and Detroit, where
Yeah.
the aunt of Judy lives.
Oh, right.
It's
Yes.
it's
Yes.
like this. Well, coming from
Uh,
here, it's like this, and he must have been looking
wow.
only forward. And
Yeah.
I think he fell. He broke his glasses.
Oh no. I was
Yeah.
with Stanley Tritel once. We're walking on Highland, and he fell real badly, also right on his nose. I
Oh,
was talking to him, and then pop like that.
yeah. But not in a hole.
Not in a hole,
No.
only a crack.
And I said, we want to do it ourselves. No, you have to get the permit. And I said, forget it. We have a property also in Pasadena.
Yeah.
So the city says you have to fix this. It's like this. I said, okay, but the first thing I want to do is I want to cut the trees, because
Right.
the trees have roots. No, we have to send that tree surgeon, and he will determine
Yeah.
how far you can cut.
Oh, without killing the
And
tree.
most probably he will want to bring his own root cutters. And then you have to set, the sidewalks are 5 inches cement. And this was
Five
like
inches
six,
thick. Really?
and this was 50 feet.
Oh wow, that's a lot of
And
cement.
then I said, but it's affected also our driveway, so I want to fix it, the ramp to get in. Oh yeah, but that's 8 feet, 8 inches. I said, okay. I said, can you guys do it? Yes. You have to put up $10,000.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So if I put the $10,000 this coming Monday, when can you come next week? No, it says it probably takes 18 months. And you're gonna
18 months.
you're gonna keep 10 grand of mine for 18 months? Yeah, but that's the way it is. He said, no, that's the way it won't be. You know what we did? We never fixed it. So they got bored and they're fixing it now, not charging us.
Oh, not charging. Wow.
This happened 4 years ago.
This is a city of Pasadena.
Yeah. It's a beautiful city, but they are very protective of their trees. Don't know why. Even in your own property, I had a tree cut. Everybody's menacing to sue us. The city, the neighbors, the passers-by. I said, what's going on? This tree was destroying my property, but the roots were going into the, they don't give a shit.
It's funny, they care more about the tree than the bum who's crapping on your sidewalk.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. I know Yitzi had to remove a tree and he had to get the approval of the city. He got it, but it was very difficult. Very difficult.
I know. What's that? Who's here now?
Let's see.
I'm here.
Oh, there's Ernie. Hi, Ernie.
Hi, Ernie.
I'm on my computer, like my laptop wouldn't, my Zoom is not functioning there. So I had to use my phone. I don't know why.
Why don't you use the iPad? You don't have the iPad anymore?
I have the iPad. It's okay.
No.
Well, the phone works.
Phone works.
Yeah, as long as you don't move it all the time.
I'm not going to move it. I'm going to put it here.
Oh, there you are. Are you wearing is that a Pepsi shirt?
No, it's a sweat.
Okay.
It's an old sweatshirt.
Okay.
Nun Dalet, 54. When it says shor o chamor, o maboyle lechalek, to teach me, you might think that you're only chayiv if a shor and a chamor falls in together. The O says no, either one. It's even a single animal, you'd be chayiv. Rabbi Yehuda, who uses O for something else, this din of lechalek miven nafal nafka. The word nafal means a singular animal falling, so we know. V'rabbanan v'nafal tuva mashma. V'nafal means many things. You can't prove that just because they don't learn the same way that Rabbanan, it's not superfluous. Ask the Gemara, Ema v'nafal klal. Falling is a generality. Shor v'chamor gives us a detail, prat. So you have a klalu prat. Ein b'klal l'masha b'prat. Shor v'chamor in midiachrin lo, meaning only a shor and a chamor will you be chayiv for, nothing else. Amri, so the Gemara answers no. The pasuk concludes Baal habor yishalem. Chazar v'klal. That's a closing klal. So then you have a klalu pratu klal, iyata dar elakena prat, where you do the common denominator between a shor and a chamor. Ma prat mufurish balei chayim. They're animals. Av kol balei chayim. So any animal that falls into the pit, you'd be chayif. Ima prat mufurish davar shnim v'losim etam v'mago v'maso. Maybe it comes to tell me only an animal whose corpse conveys tumas nevela, like a shor and a chamor. Av kol davar shnim v'losim etam v'mago v'maso. Aval oifoy slow. A bird's corpse does not create tumas nevela. So maybe a bird that falls in, you wouldn't be chayv. Im kain Nichtav Rachman Achad Prata. So the Torah could have written just one detail. Hey Nichtav, which one? Ikos of shore. If the Torah would have only written ox, Avamina Karv Lagabi Mizbech in, She'ena Karv Lagabi Mizbech lo. A shore can be offered as a korban. So maybe the rule is any animal that can be offered as a korban. If it can't be offered, no. So that's why the Torah wrote chamor, because a chamor is not an animal that is offered as a korban. Because chamor, if the Torah would have only written chamor, how mean a kadosh b'vchora in, she'en kadosh b'vchora lo. A chamor is the b'chor of a chamor is it has kedusha. You have to do pidyon, and therefore we would have thought only animals that have kedushas b'chor who can fall when they fall into a board, you have to pay. And Amar Krava Meis Yelo. Kol Devar Misa. Anything that dies. Now, Bein l'Rabbanon to come a Maiplu l'Kelim. The Rabbanon learned that you are potter from Kelim. Ubein Rabbi Yehuda to come Marbilu l'Kelim. And Rabbi Yehuda, who says they are chayav for Kelim b'nei Misaninu. Kalim are not alive. How can you say Kalim fall into this category that they're capable of dying? So the Gemara answers, Shvirasam Zui Misasam. Misa applies to a Kli. When you break a Kli, that's its Misa. Ularav Do'amar Bor Shechiva Alav Torah. According to Rab, that says that the bor written in the Torah is Lehevlov Lo Chavato. That animals that are killed through bad air, not that they land on this ground. Bein l'Rabbanon and Bein l'Rabbi Yehuda Kalim b'nei Avlin in it? Can Kalim be damaged through bad air? Amri b'chadati demifkim havla ya. A new kli, they can explode with bad air. And the words Vamesi Alo is needed for Rava, Dama Rava. Shor Psula Mugdoshim Shanafal Labor. Shor that was a puzzle dika korban that fell into a bor potter. Shenamar Vamesi Alo. B'misha Meis Shalom. Yatzazeh Shena Meis Shalom belongs to Hegdish. Elo Amar Kror Kesef Yashiv Levalav. You have to return the money to its owner. The rabbi is called the Isle Bailim. To tell me any animal that has an owner that falls into the poor, you have to pay. Well, Kalim have an owner, and some Adams have owners. Amar across shore, velo Adam. There's a special drasha. Ox and not a human. Chamor v'lo kelim. Urav Yudah de Kamar bilu kelim. Bishma shor b'mayit be'oda. Shor excludes a human. Ela chamor ma'im b'mayit le. Ela amarav a chamor. De bor l'Rav Yudah v'seh. Davelu divrei kol kasha. It remains a problematic concept that Rabbi Yehuda cannot explain. Nafal l'socho shor cheresh shoyt v'katan. Chai, my shor cheresh shoyt v'katan. Ilay meshor shel cheresh shor shel shoyt shor shel katan. We're talking about an ox that is owned by a deaf mute. What? Hashor shel pikech potter? What? So shor that's owned by a normal person is potter? Rav Yechon shor shehu cheresh. Shor shehu shoyt. Shor shehu. We're talking about the shor is a cheresh. So Hashor should be kech potter. On Rav Yehuda Lama boy kama. Lama boy shor should be kech shechayev. Not only a case a regular shor that falls in at your chayev aval. Shor cheresh shor to cotton ema. Maybe it wasn't the boar that led to the damage. Karshusa garmalo. It was the fact that it was a deaf mute. or katnusa garmelo, because he was small. The lifter balabor, maybe the owner of the board should be potter. Kamash malon, that you're chayiv. Armler vachlu ravina. V'atanya nafal l'socho bardas potter. It says in the Mishnah we learned that if a intelligent shore falls in, you're potter. Now, my love, l'shore bar, we're talking about the shore, armle lo. We're talking about la'adam. So a person who's intelligent that falls in, you're potter. Elamiyata adam bedashu potter. Halav ben das chayiv. If a human being was not intelligent, would you be chayiv? There's already a drush, a shore v'lo adam ksi. You've rejected the damages for a person. Elamai ben das, min ben das, the species of a ben das, any human. So you're not chayiv for that. Shore ben das, a shore that was intelligent, potter. So El Amarava, shore v'hu cheresh, shore v'hu shoite, shore v'hu cotton. In those cases, these are disabled shorim, and therefore they can't watch themselves. They fall into the bore, and you're chayiv. Aval shore v'hu pikef potter. My time at the boy le'anu imezel. An intelligent shore should watch where he's going and not fall into the bore. Tanya mehachi bor shenafal l'soich shore cheresh shoite v'hu cotton the suma blind, or malach balayla, or he's walking at night. Chayiv. In all these cases, if he falls into a bore, the balabor would be chayiv. Pikechu malach bayom. But an animal that is intelligence walking to the daytime potter, the shore should see where it's going. Echad shor ve'echad kol behema b'nefilas habor. A shore, any other animal, and it's damaged, there's an obligation to pay. Hafroshas Har Sinai, when the Klal Yisrael were commanded not to let their animals go on Har Sinai, that's any animal. Ula tashlume kefa. If a ganav steals any animal, you pay kefa. Ula shabbos aveda. Any animal has to return if it's lost. Ula prika. To help when you see your neighbor's animal piled high with merchandise, you have to help him unload it. Ula chasima. You're not allowed to muzzle an animal while it's threshing. Or lekloim, making hybrid species. Or l'shabbos. Animals have to rest on Shabbos. So it makes no difference what kind of animal it is. A wild animal or an oaf has the same din. So the Mishnah says, why in the Torah does it say shor chamor? These are common beasts of burdens that people had around. L'nefilas habor. How do we know it says kesef yashiv levala? You have to return money. Kol disle bailim. Any animal that has owners, kedamoram. La Froshas Har Sinai, the mitzvah to keep your animals off of Har Sinai. It says im beima im ish lo yichya. And the chaya b'chal behema. A chaya is in the broad category of behema. The im is l'rabos is ha'oifos. Even birds had to be kept off Har Sinai. L'tashlume kefel kedamina. Al kol dvar pesha klal. Kol davar pshia. You have to pay kefel. La shavas aveda, returning a lost object. L'chol aveda sachicha, anything that's lost. Leprika yalav chamor mishabes. So just like the dinah of Shabbos, it mentions chamor, it really refers to any animal. So the din unloading is the same. Lechasimo, where it says you're not allowed to muzzle an animal while he's threshing. Yalif, shor mishabes. We learn Xer Shava, shor. It says shor by Shabbos. It says shor here. Same din. And then lekloyim, making a hybrid. Iklayim shel chrisha, whether it's yoking two different kinds of animals together to plow. Yalif shor mishabes. Even climb sharva, we're talking about having relations between the animals. Yalif behemtecha mishabes, which includes all animals. V'gabi Shabbos minolon. That shor v'chamor, which is mentioned by Shabbos, includes all animals. The Tanya. Rabbi Yossi Yomi Mishra Rabbi Shmuel. B'dibros harishonos. In Yasser Dibros in Parshas Vayisro, Nemar Avdecha v'Amischol behemtecha. Uvidibros ha'achronos in Vayeschanan, Nemar v'shorcha v'chamorcha v'chol behemtecha. V'alo shor v'chamor b'chlal kol behemayu. Shor v'chamor are behemoths. They were in the general category of behemoth. Why separate out and mention them separately? Lama yotzu. Lo yimlcha mashor v'chamor ha'omer kan. Chayev v'ov ki yotzben. Just like over here, shor v'chamor includes chayev v'ov. So anywhere in the Torah where it says shor v'chamor includes chayev v'ov v'chayotzben. Ema, maybe behema de dibros harishonis klal. Shorcha v'chamor chad shel dibros achronis prat. Then you have klalu prat. And bechlal mashav prat. Shor v'chamor in midiachrin lo. Maybe only those two animals. Amri v'chol behemtecha b'dibros achronis. In Vayeschanan, where it concludes v'chol behemtecha, chazer uklal. So you have a structure of klalu prat uklal. Iyatadan elokena prat. Ma prat mufurish balei chayim, they're alive. I've called balei chayim, including chay va'ov. Ema ma prat mufurish tavash nivlosim metaviv magav masa. I've called the vash nivlosim metaviv magav masa. Maybe it's only an animal that has tumas nevela. Aval oifoy slow, but not birds. Amri imke nichtav rachbana chad prata. He could have just written shor or chamor. Well, the Gemara doesn't accept that because hey nichtav, which would you leave out? Nichtav rachman ikaz rachbana shor only. Havamina masha karv l'gabi mizbech in she'ena karv l'gabi mizbech lo. Maybe that would tell me that only animals that are makriv on the mizbech do you have to have dinim of Shabbos and all the other dinim we mentioned. So, because of Rachman of a chamor, it's osur b'mlach on Shabbos. Because of Rachman of chamor only, havamina masha kodesh b'bchoyer, it had to have special kedusha of peterechem in she'en kodesh b'bchoyer lo, because of Rachman of shor. Ela v'chol behemtecha riboy. The word v'chol behemtecha is a special riboy, and it includes birds. The kolech the kazer achona kol riboy. Whenever the Torah writes kol, do we learn a riboy like that? V'agabi meiser t'chsiv kol. The kadershinan le b'chlal prat. We use a klal prat, not a riboy. The Tanya. You shall give money. Klal. Babakar batzon vayan vashechar. Beef, sheep, wine, beer, prat. So you have klal prat to klal. Ain't it prat? Ma prat mefurish primi pri. Has to be something that grows from something. And the gidulei karka, they grow from the ground. I've called of our primi gidulei karka. Only things that grow from the ground would be included. So we don't learn mikol a ribui. Amri, bakol is klala. Then you use it as a klala prop. Kol, like v'chol be'emtecha, then it's ribui. If you I'll give you another answer. Kol, nami klala, not a ribui. But miu high called the hacha ribui. But the call here is a lashon of ribui. Midavle lemichtav. He could have just said uvehemtecha. Kidechsiv b'dibros harishonis. Because of a chol behemtecha shmamina ribui to include chicken. Hashta da amrit call ribuhu. So behemtecha b'dibros harishonis for sheva chamor b'dibros harishonis lamali. You already included all animals. Why do you need these details? Amri shor, lagmuri shor, shor lein chasima. We needed a gzeir shava to the din of not muzzling your animal, so it includes all animals. Same thing with chamor. Lagmuri chamor, chamor lein prika. That the index case about unloading an animal is a chamor, but it could be any animal. Behemtecha, lagmuri behemtecha behemtecha lekloim. That in all other animals, there'd be a prohibition of kloim. Maybe a human being cannot plow in the same yoke with an animal. A human being is allowed to pull a yoke with an animal. Umanu Ravacha bar Yaakov, Amar Kro, says Lo taseh kol lacha, ata uvincha vitecha v'avdecha v'matcha v'sharcha v'chamarecha v'chol bemtecha, v'gercha asher b'sharecha l'man yanuach, ha'avdecha v'amatcha kamocha. Lahanacha hikashti. I've compared the human being to the animals regarding menucha. Then there's the same din Adam and Behema, but v'lo davar acher. But to be prohibited to plow along with an animal, we don't learn. Okay, we'll stop here. So tomorrow, we'll learn at 7:30.
Go ahead, Harry.
Seven. Oh, okay.